Almost there. I can feel it. I'm almost there.
Oh, that's my jam.
I can see it. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
This
I
is
can't
Tony's
believe
song.
it. I'm almost there. I can't see it. I'm almost there. I can't believe it. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Hey.
I'm almost there. Life gets there. I'm almost there. Life gets there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I couldn't come fast enough. I'm almost there. I've been waiting long enough. I'm almost there.
Dance party. Here's your part, Tony.
Almost there. 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 Almost there.
All righty. That's right. That's my song, people. If you don't know I do music, I do music. It's James Lott Jr. and the Third Dimension. That's my background singer. She's the bomb. That's one of Tony's favorite songs of mine.
It is. I still feel like you should have that as a GPS thing, so that when you enter in your destination, it starts playing that song because you're almost there.
Almost there. Almost there. I love it. And I wrote that song, folks. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. And you can get that. Actually, you can get that wherever music is streaming and sold. It's from my last album, Salty Clouds and Sunflower Dreams.
You would call it Salty Clouds because you're salty.
That's how I felt when I was writing some of those songs. So I was coming out with some stuff, folks. I was coming out with some stuff. The person you see next to me, let me introduce him to you. I mean, you probably know who he is, but if you don't know who he is a former guest of the Extra Connection show that I did. This is an Extra Connection featurette. He's the creator, producer, and host of several shows, including Lounging with Tony, which is his web series.
Yes.
Mission Days, the Days of Our Lives after show at AfterBuzz TV, which I starred on.
Yes.
More Please, his podcast, which I was on that one also, and his hot new IGTV series, Tell Me More. And it's on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, usually at Pacific Standard Times, of course, usually noon, 2, and 4 p.m.
Yep.
And I was on that also, and he's going to tell us more as we play 8 random questions with Tony Moore, my bestie, Tony Moore.
Yay! Thank you so much. I feel like I'm trying to control the volume of my voice because my poor roommates had to hear it like all day yesterday. And I'm loud and all that. So I'm just trying to
That's why we get along, because we're both loud. We just project to the back of the room. That's why we're performers. Can't help it. But it's funny, so folks, Tony and I talk all the time. So
we talk every day.
We would have talked already this morning, but I knew I wouldn't talk to him until this, when we were going to film.
I actually kind of wondered that. I was like, I haven't heard from James this morning.
I know. I was like, I think I'm going to wait because we're going to actually, because I knew we talked a little bit before we came on, which we did. So I was like, I'll just wait till. And if he calls me, of course I'll answer the phone. But I was just like, I think we're probably going to wait till, because you do your walk in the mornings.
I do. I'm trying to keep my body hot girl summer ready. So
Two-piece bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wear the eeny beeny teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. That's the one I'm going for.
My mother told me last night, because she stopped by, but we had a distance. We were totally at distance. She dropped some food for me. I hadn't seen her in 3 weeks, but she was like, "Wow, James, your stomach's gone down, and you do look small. Your face is getting more contour." I was like, "Thanks, Benita." But it is true. It is happening. I have lost over 15 pounds right now. So I'm trying.
You're almost there.
Because I want to make sure, and this being we're all at home, so we're all at home. We're all eating.
Yes.
I didn't want to be. I'm not a big snacker. I think that's what's saving me. Because if I'm a snacker, the secretary spread, we used to call it, would start happening. Because I'm just sitting around, and all of a sudden, that hips and behind start spreading. Because all you do is just eating and eating, and I didn't want that to happen. So I was like, eat. I think you do a similar thing. I eat every 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours is when I eat. It's like
me too. I eat every 3 hours. So normally, I mean, not to give you a full rundown of my meal schedule, but whatever. I'll work out in the morning, and then I have a slim fast, and then I do a walk, and then I'll have a snack 3 hours later, and then I'll have lunch, and then another snack, and then dinner.
I can tell your face is smaller. Your face wasn't big, but your face is small. I can tell. Okay.
I mean, listen, that's where I always start losing it. People always notice in my face.
Me too.
But I'm wondering how it really is going to look without all this facial hair. You know, this is the most facial hair I've had.
I've never seen you with that much facial hair before. I'm like, that's crazy.
Listen, it's like welcome to the jungle on my face.
Well, look at
what it
this.
feels like.
But look at this. I'm gonna have hair like yours soon. This is just.
I know. Yeah. Listen, we all look a mess, and it's fine.
I know. I did a show with our girl Marissa Serafini last night, and she was like,
Yes.
"James, I done my hair in like 2 weeks." She did her hair. She put on some lipstick. I was like, "Oh, girl, look at." She's like, "It's a long time." So I'm like, "Mm-hmm." I said, I don't want to see from the waist down what you're dressed like, but the waist up, she had a cute top on. So I was like,
"Yeah, I actually have jeans on."
Oh, you do? Oh, so you're dressed. You're dressed.
Yeah, because there's a certain feel. Like when you're doing something like this, you just want to feel like yourself. So I put jeans on for you. You're welcome.
So I always ask my guests, just in general, how are you doing otherwise? How are you doing with this whole shelter at home, safer at home?
You know what? I'm doing great. I think one of the things that I'm very happy that I did was I put myself on a schedule, just like a routine. So every morning I'm still up at like 7, 8, working out, doing my walk. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do Tell Me More with Tony Moore on my IG. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the weekend, I just tend to work on other stuff, or maybe I'll just have a day where I just sit and do nothing. So it's worked. It's worked for me, and it's kept me in a good, sane place. So
and Sundays you do dish and days. So you have that middle
and Sunday I do dish and days. Yeah.
You're getting ready for that, and you have the middle of the day of that, and then you have the evening. I know. Yes. I agree. People are like, "You're not going crazy." Because as of this recording, I'm 21 days at home, and they're like, "You're not crazy." I'm like, "No." I said because the same thing. I get up early in the morning, and I do my little prayer. I get my tea. I mean, little routines do help. You're right. Your brain keep going. So I make my tea, and I open the windows, like just that little stuff I do every morning. It just make my bed. And then I have my breakfast. Usually I talk to Tony, and then I'm like checking emails, and then I've been doing all these interviews myself. I've been doing a lot of interviews. I have 2 more today, doing those, and then next thing I know, it's like 8 o'clock at night. Or usually it's like 5 or 6 or 7. I was just talking to you at that time, going, "Oh my God, it's 5, 6, 7 o'clock."
Yeah, it's like day is done, and it's like, okay, great. I've had a full productive day, so I don't feel like, because I feel like a lot of people are just kind of sitting at home watching TV, watching Netflix, and they're like, "I'm going stir crazy," and I'm like, I'm actually okay. Like, I keep telling people this is the staycation that I have wanted. So it's great. It's just a continuing to push myself to get certain things done. Like, I want to get my website done. I actually want to clean my closet at some point, but I keep myself busy with other stuff. So yeah.
We'll get there. We're gonna be home for a while, so you're gonna talk.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think too. We don't have to rush. Like usually with staycations, like you have a week or 2 weeks, you'll be home, then go back to your life. We don't know when it's going to happen. So I think it's going to be until May or so. That's what I'm thinking.
Listen, sure. I just don't, I don't want to start worrying about money at any point in time. Like,
right, exactly.
She's good now, but like, I don't want to have to do something strange for a piece of change. Just saying.
I know I haven't started any fan accounts or anything yet, but I did look into. Well, here on a serious note, I did look into Cameo. I looked into Patreon, and everybody's on there because we do create. So you and I are hosts. I was thinking with Cameo, I got this voice. Hello. Then I might try to say if you want a shout out from me or me to record something from you, maybe a little something. So I'm thinking about doing that actually.
Listen. Sometimes you got to figure out a side hustle. I haven't figured out what mine would be yet because all of my side hustles got canceled.
Is that funny? And that's funny. I know it's like, for me, I'm writing books and music, trying to get that out there because I'm like, my main careers are dead at the moment. And this career is dead at the moment.
Yes.
Voiceover's dead at the moment. So I'm like, things I normally do, they're all shut down at the moment.
Yeah. I have to start being creative.
Yeah. And folks I'm seeing people actually, they're starting different things and it's kind of interesting. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get through it, folks. Again, my birthday next month. I'll probably be celebrating it through Zoom. Probably. Get the kids on the line. It's all going Zoom, and you can sing to Papa Jamie. I don't know. I mean, like, luckily it's not a big birthday. I'm just 51, so.
Well, birthdays are still worth celebrating, though.
I agree. I do, actually. I'm joking about it, but I probably will do something like that, actually.
Listen,
we did with my nephew the other day. We all got on, the whole family. And it was a mess, but we all got on.
Well, you might want to Instacart a cake now. So that way you can actually have it for your birthday.
That is hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. So folks, today I'm so happy because I got my order this morning for Amazon Fresh. It's all intact, like everything I wanted. So tomorrow it's Instacart. We'll see if I get everything I want there. And that was a little trickier because it's the windows all day. This one was like a little window. You got it. This one's anytime between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Oh.
So, but I think they tell you when they're on their way. I think that's what Instacart does.
They should have a thing where like they tell you like on my way to the store, at the store.
I think they do.
On my way.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. I think they do. I think they tell you when they start shopping.
Oh, okay, good.
Because you can communicate with I think about Instacart is great. You can communicate with them. You say, yeah. I forgot to add the eggs. You can add eggs as long as you're at the store. I did that. Yeah. I was like, I forgot wine. I ordered some booze this trip.
Oh.
I was like, and I said, they ask you for a suggestion of your replacement. I was like, anything, as long as it's vodka.
Luckily, I don't drink, so I'm fine. But I've been staring at this frozen pizza that's in the freezer for a couple of days. Is looking real good, but I'm trying to restrain myself. That's my reward for getting to my next target goal weight.
So there you go. So save it. Get to that way that you can have it.
I'm gonna save it.
I'm tempted to get me a cauliflower crust pizza. I like those. Like I try to
Someone said those were good.
They are good. I had the one at California Pizza Kitchen. It's good. But I'm trying to find one with no cheese on it.
Good luck. You might have to like make it yourself. Like get the cauliflower crust, and then get some marinara sauce.
Yeah.
And then your toppings, and then you just do it yourself, and then bake it. Because they sell the cauliflower crust, don't they? Just the crust.
I'll look. No, I just wrote it down. I'll look. That's a good point. I'll look.
Listen, you know I'm a food connoisseur, so of course.
Yeah, I know you're about food. Yes. No, I'll look. No, actually, I wrote down cauliflower crust. I'm going to see if they actually sell it.
Yeah, or listen, take you a flour tortilla.
I could do that. Right. I could do that.
And make you a Mexican pizza.
That's true, because I still eat pepperonis. I can put some pepperoni, marinara sauce on there, some olives. I'm good to go.
You know what it's called? Flatbread.
Hey, there you go, kids. You're like my grandmother, Mitzi, was always like, give me some cornmeal and some molasses and a raisin, and I can make you a 5-course meal. And homegirl did. It was no joke.
Minimal ingredients, and like you can make heaven out of it. Sometimes you just got to be creative. Listen, you couldn't tell me in college I wasn't creative. I took hamburger patties and put it over gravy and called it Salisbury steak.
Sounds good though.
Oh, it was good. People were like, "Where'd you get that steak from?" I'm like, "This ain't number 2 hamburger patties and some gravy."
You know what I used to? Now we got this. Now you know what I used to do when I was super poor. Trying to raise children at 19.
Oh, well, see, that's what you get for being fast.
Exactly. I'm like. But anywho, that's another story for another time. But I remember taking, getting macaroni and cheese in the box, and getting cans of tuna, and making that all into a big casserole. Okay, and you couldn't pay me to eat it now, but back in the day, I had it all the time. I ate so many potatoes, 10,000 different ways. For 5 years, I couldn't have potatoes. When I finally got money, I was like, screw potatoes.
I used to eat a lot of mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh yeah,
mayonnaise sandwiches and red Kool-Aid. Those were a great combination.
Oh, I nice love Kool-Aid. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, and beanie weenies.
You love beanie weenies. Those though, don't you?
Not as much, because like again, trying to be hot girl summer. Yeah. But no, I still actually the recipe has gotten better over the years.
Oh, okay.
Because now you got Bush's baked beans, and then you don't boil the hot dogs; you put them in the oven.
Ooh, okay.
And then you let it sit for a little bit, so that way the juices of the hot dog and the sauce of the beans can all marinate together.
I love me some Bush's baked beans.
Yes. I like the
sugar and bacon.
Oh no, I like the honey one.
That one's good too.
And then you get you some Ritz crackers and crush them up in there. So good. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. This is the problem. When I start talking about food and I get so hungry.
I know. all the time.
It's almost snack time. I think that's why I'm starting. My stomach is like, listen, it's TikTok. Like you got about another hour before my stomach is like, yeah, we ready now.
Well, see, I have breakfast just now, so I'm good for the moment. But I'm getting hungry again all of a sudden. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
all of a sudden. Why does this keep coming up? I need to. I'm like, go away. Close that.
Bing.
I know, it's like, go away. Why is it?
Who binging you?
I don't know. They need to stop binging me. They need to leave me alone. Okay. So now we're going to do our 8 random questions. We can talk forever, of course. This is what we do all the time. This is what we do all the time.
We just sit on the phone and talk.
4 hours. And no one's going to watch that. So these are 8 random questions that Tony Moore does not know. I've not asked him. And at the end, he's going to ask me a question that I don't know about. So this is all.
Well, let me make sure I pull up my question.
Yes.
Oh.
He doesn't know. And so he's going to answer these to the best of his ability.
Okay.
Okay. The first one is, what is one trait that you got from your mother?
All of them. I am literally a carbon copy of my mother.
I met her, so yes.
Yes.
You're just short.
Well, yeah, I got the height from my dad. I would say I got her strong will and her independentness. Because my mom has always been a very strong woman and a very independent woman. And I think that I inherited that from her, even at a young age. Like when I was 13, I think, or even younger than that, I got a job as a paper boy because I just wanted to have my own money. And then,
boy, how funny is that?
It didn't last long because I got it during the winter. Ooh. And I was living in Germany. And they had a winter storm and people still wanted their paper. And I had to wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning so that I could deliver the papers and then go to school. And if the papers weren't delivered before I went to school, then people got their papers late and people were not happy about that. So that job did not last long. Okay. I was also a bagger at a local convenience store. I did that. I started my own babysitters club after reading the book, The Babysitter's Club. I started a babysitters club. That was canceled after I had to babysit. So it was supposed to be the girls were supposed to babysit and then give me 10% of what they made.
Smart.
So yeah.
Babysit, you're like, never mind.
Yeah, I was like, I can't babysit. Like the little girl was fine, but I was like, I can't do this. But yeah, her strong will and independentness is what I got from her.
So you saw that girl. You saw how strong she was growing up.
Yeah.
And her, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom, she put herself through business school and worked full time or part time, and also raised us. And I'll still never forget her because she was also valedictorian of her class. And this is another trait I got from my mom. She did her valedictorian speech, and she thanked everyone. And then she said, and last but not least, I want to thank myself. And I said,
okay, go on, girl.
You go, mama.
Okay.
You make sure you give yourself. She was like, I worked hard. I put myself through school. I'm thanking myself. And I said, you know what? Kudos to you, because I would have
good
to.
For you, girl. Okay, good for you, girl. Why not? Shit. Go on, girl. Mm-hmm. I love that.
So, yeah.
Go on, Mom. Okay, number 2. Name a Beyonce song that you love that wasn't a hit single. An album cut or something that you really like.
There's an unreleased track called Lost Your Mind that I liked of Beyonce's.
What album? Do you remember?
No, she didn't release it.
Oh, okay. She didn't release it. Oh, she didn't release it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How'd you hear it?
Probably through like Napster or LimeWire or something like that.
Oh my God, you went way back. You said both of those. Napster and LimeWire, cheese and crackers.
Yeah, it was just this like strong, like powerful song, and I used to love just bumping it in the car. So it was that one.
I want to ask you because there's a song of hers I like. I think it was officially released. I think really.
Who's that?
That's across the way. What are you doing over there? It's a big tractor. It's been quiet this whole time.
Oh, and then here they come.
They're doing something over there. I think it was actually released maybe to radio or clubs. It was "Why Don't You Love Me."
Oh yeah.
But that was released, wasn't it? Kind of. It wasn't like a recent big. It wasn't released. I like that song, but I know it's not. It's not one of her huge hits.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the people know the song. I love that song.
That one was released. It also had a video.
Yeah. So
but yeah, okay. I do like that song because if there was a soundtrack to my life, that's one of the songs I would play.
It's a fast song. Ooh, why don't you love me, baby? Tell me why. I love it. I just love that song. I just loved it. I mean, it's such a good. A part B to that question. Is there a Destiny's Child song that you really like of theirs? Or Beyonce singing lead?
Dangerously in Love. But Beyonce Beyonce did it with Destiny's Child, and then I think she did it on her own as well.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. She did do songs on her albums with the girls. A couple of songs. You're right. She did do that. She did that.
So that one. Yeah.
What do you think of sorry to cut you off, but what do you think of that last album of theirs, of Destiny's Child?
Destiny Fulfilled?
Yeah. Do you think it was as good as the others, or do you think it was kind of like some good tracks?
Here's the thing. I think the only one I remember from there is Lose My Breath.
I love that song. Yes.
Which I love.
I think Cater to You was from there too, I think, wasn't it?
Oh yes, and Cater to You. I like that song. But here's the thing. I wasn't like a huge Destiny's Child fan.
Wow.
I was a fan, but it's not like I have their albums. I think my mom had the one before that, with Survivor on there.
Yeah.
And I used to on there, I used to listen to Nasty Girl. Or Nasty. Nasty, put some clothes on. I told you, don't walk out your house without your clothes. I used to love that one.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't have their first album. I had No, 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 of course, and it's the single. But I never heard them. But Writing on the Wall was the album I bought, of course. And that was, with Bugaboo and,
Oh, yeah.
That was and Jumpin'.
A good one. Yeah. I still remember when... this is back in the day when it was TRL and they had music videos and stuff like that. Yeah. And they released Say My Name.
Yes.
And I kept looking and I was on the phone with a friend and I was like, they keep focusing on two girls that I don't know who they are. And it was like, what happened? And then, I mean, this was before really the dawn of the internet, but that's when we found out they broke up and they added these two girls in and there was all this kerfuffle that was going on. But I remember watching the video and being on the phone like, wait, who are these? Wait,
well, see, I was a little older than you. We were told, again, there wasn't social media back then, folks, but we were told that two of the girls were kicked out and the video is going to feature, we didn't know what the video was going to feature. The rumors were it's going to still feature the old girls and the new girls. Like it kept switching. And it was going to do all the, we heard all these rumors back then. Like, it was just, you didn't know it was like National Enquirer or whatever. Like, we didn't know what was going to be shown. And it was a big deal when the video came out. It was great marketing, too, great marketing. But to have the video come out, we all watched it. Like, that's when you watched MTV. You watched MTV. And we're all going, okay, so that was one of the new girls. But there's Beyonce. And then there's one over here. And there's Kelly. And, like, we kept looking. It was like, so they kept 4 girls. And that was good. They did, like, one more video, 4 girls. All of a sudden, Pharaoh's out. I was like, now down to 3. But again, it's so funny. There's no internet, so you couldn't get what we got now. It was all kind of speculation or things in the air. But
I still want to know the story behind that. And to be honest, I kind of always hope for a full Destiny's Child reunion where they bring back LaToya and Latavia along with Farrah and Michelle.
Yep.
And just have one big like Destiny's Child like reunion.
I agree. I give LaToya credit. She had some hit singles. She had some on her own and TV and stuff. Latavia, I haven't really seen her do much, but it could be by choice. And Farrah's been a little salty in the press, and I saw something from 7 months ago on YouTube.
Me too.
The real reason I was kicked out of Destiny's Child. So.
But I think also, just from what I've gathered, I just feel like you have to realize you're joining a group that has already taken off. So scheduling and stuff is a whirlwind. And I think maybe from the outside is like, oh, that's great. You know, this is going to be great. But then when you actually have to put in this work, it's like, this is a lot. Because, I mean, we all know the infamous, but you should go get your luggage. You don't want to miss your plane and you don't have no luggage.
Yeah.
Listen,
about that.
what can you do?
What can you do? Beyonce did have it. She had the it factor. That's sorry, folks. I mean, she did.
Yeah.
And Kelly has it too. And Kelly has it. I think she hasn't gotten the right shake because she really does have a great voice, great persona. She's pretty. She's had some hits. And don't cry for her, Argentina. No, she's had some hits.
Yeah.
And she really had that big hit first with the whole Dilemma song with Nelly. That was a huge hit.
Yeah.
And got her kind of out there. But I like her music. I mean, I love a lot of her songs. I love her dance songs. I love them. And poor Michelle, I like some of her songs. I know she has a unique voice, and I like her songs.
I actually like all of Michelle's parts. When she sings the bridge, like I feel like that's sometimes the best part of the song. So
it's like a Survivor when she comes through and sings her part. It's really good. Song Survivor. It's really
I agree.
Good. So.
Yeah. I just hope that one day somebody really writes this tell-all book because I have a lot of questions.
I want answers.
I want answers, and I want them now.
Okay, I agree with you. Actually, I'm sure. I'm sure it's all about Matthew Knowles. I'm sure. His daughter. Beyonce did what she had to do. Hey, she did what she had to do.
Yeah.
She does have talent, so we can get that.
Agreed.
Okay, here's one. I was watching Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. I was catching up on those. It's really funny. It's really good.
Yeah.
They break into song. But I noticed they don't do full songs a lot of times. It's like pieces of songs. And it's still good. So it's like, and for me, because some of the songs are before your time, Tony. I was like, I remember some of these songs, and I'm like, oh my God, I did that song. Yeah. I did that song.
Yeah.
And it's such a cute, it's a very cute, bright, shot show. It's very bright. I see Mandy Moore does the choreography on it, so I was like, oh, okay, I know who she is.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I love that show.
It's really cute. I'm very impressed. Yeah. Jane Levy, I was a big Suburbia fan, so I loved her from Suburgatory. I loved her from that. I loved her from other stuff. I think her and that black man should get together. That's my whole thing.
You know what? I don't know. Sometimes I go back and forth because I'm Team Simon, but then I become Team Max, and I'm just like, and right now I'm like,
they have chemistry, Tony. They have chemistry. He always says, "You always seem to get me. You know how to get me."
But realize the reason why she gets him is because she has this intuition now. But I think that, I don't know. I just like, it's one of those things where it's the good guy and the bad guy. Not that Simon is bad, but like Simon is not in a position to really like give her, like be with her, you know what I mean? Because, and Max is someone, it's like that we were friends and it turned into more. And I feel like she's like blocking herself.
She totally is.
But listen, good for her for having two men that like want her, because some of us can get one.
I get one.
Yeah.
Yes. No, but the show's cute. I'm very impressed how cute it is and how well done it is. It's actually really well done. It's really well done.
Agreed.
I did a binge watch last night. I caught it. So
I'm glad you did, because I'm like, you're only on the second episode.
I kept meaning to get there. It's hard sometimes binge watching hour-long shows. Like half-hour shows, you can get through them really quick a lot of time. You have to really commit. I didn't want to miss it. And plus, it's music. So I want to hear all the songs. And all the songs forward the story, or they tell part of the story. Especially with her brother and sister-in-law, what's going on with them. It's like you say, it just really tells you. I mean, it's like, and I would say, because he had Alex Newell on his IG show. Tell me more.
I did.
And actually see him, he's so pretty on that show. He's like so pretty.
Yeah.
Like seriously, looks like a woman on that, like full on, just like, I love the hairstyles, the face, just so pretty.
Yeah. He does an amazing job.
If you're not watching it,
you need to, because it's literally like, it's what happens in my head, really, because I always turn any situation into some sort of musical in my head. So they literally just did a show about what happens in my head.
Okay. And as that leads into question number 3, what are your top 3 musicals?
My top 3 musicals? Legally Blonde.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Dreamgirls.
That's a good one.
And Wicked.
Wicked's good.
Mm-hmm. Those are my top 3.
How many times have you seen each of them?
I have seen about 3 productions of Legally Blonde. I actually saw, okay, wait. I think two productions of Dreamgirls, and I've seen Wicked twice. One of the Dreamgirls I saw with Jennifer Holliday.
You did say, I would say I saw the original.
Well, this was before I moved to LA, Dreamgirls was touring with Jennifer Holliday, and we went to Atlanta to see it. Yeah.
Well, good for you. You saw her brilliance, obviously. I mean,
yeah. And I was just like, wow.
I know.
Like,
so good.
No one can sing that song like she can. Like,
no, I give Jennifer Holliday some credit. Jennifer Hudson some credit. I like her rendition.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very admirable. Yes. But folks, go on YouTube, go wherever.
Nothing will compare to the Tony Awards performance from Jennifer Holliday.
Go on YouTube.
Yeah, because I feel like I always cry during that, because you can see the pain that she's going through at that moment. You can see the desperation that she's going through. And then when she hits that, and then they like pull the stage back, and they pull her back, and then the show keeps going, and you're just like, this is just how life is. Like, she's going through all of that backstage, and they're just like, show keeps going, and it's a new girl. So it's a lot. And an honorable mention to The Color Purple. I've seen The Color Purple like 3. I saw The Color Purple with Fantasia. Wait, I saw it on Broadway. Saw it with Fantasia.
So did I.
And I think I've seen it twice when it came. So that's 4, actually. Yeah.
I saw it at Fantasia on Broadway.
Hold up. I've actually seen The Color Purple many a times.
Wow.
I saw it on Broadway when it first came out.
That should be one of your favorites then. I mean, it should be one of your top ones then.
It should be. I saw it on Broadway when it first came out. With Fantasia when it toured.
Yeah.
On Broadway again when like the remake of it. And that was with Heather Headley.
Yes.
Playing Suge Avery. And then I saw it again here at the Pantages. So that's 4.
I saw Heather Headley when she did Adia. That's my mother and I. We love that musical. I got my mother and we saw it. And we loved her in that.
Wait, we saw what?
Adia.
Aida.
Aida.
I said, who is? I was like, who is Aida?
Sorry,
Aida.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was a good one too. She was good in that.
Yeah, speaking of her, she did Dreamgirls in concert.
Oh, okay.
And I think there's a clip of it on YouTube. And what I liked about that Dreamgirls is that there's this fight during Heavy. Who does it? Oh, Effie does the part, I don't care, let them all hear. And then she's like, yeah, and she matches that note, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, if I had a musical version of any argument, it would be like that. Yeah.
She was on top of the note. They go together. They're like,
yeah. You're impossible. And I'm like, yes. I always rewind it back so I can listen to it a couple of times.
I saw Wicked with the originals with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. I saw.
Oh, and Kristen.
Yeah, it was good. It was amazing. I saw it years ago.
Yeah.
I used to go to New York all the time to my family. My family's from New York, so I said, okay, James, whenever you go to New York, you got to see a show or two.
Oh, I always do that.
So glad. I mean, I'm so glad. I saw Carrie Fisher's last thing, Wishful Drinking. It was so funny. It was so good. Now she's not with us. I'm so glad I went and saw it.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of shows I try, and then sometimes you can't get on there. Sometimes they're sold out. I try to do the half-price tickets if I can. If I get there, they have a place in Times Square you can go to, new half-price tickets.
Oh, tickets. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
So I go there
yep.
and I get the half price tickets, and that's where I saw Avenue Q the day that Gary Coleman died.
Oh my
I saw
God.
all these different things that I love New York, so don't get me started about New York, but I love
Yeah.
musicals, and I've been very blessed to see some of the, because I'm old, because I am old, to see some of the originals of some of the stuff. I saw the original Evita with Patti LuPone. I didn't even realize how big that was till I got older.
Yeah.
Uncle Joe took me in 81.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, and I was amazing. But I didn't even get who she was till I got older. I saw Into the Woods with Bernadette Peters, the original ones.
Oh,
And I didn't know how
Bernadette
big she
Peters.
was until I got older. I was like, I saw it Bernadette Peters. I saw another production later with Felicia Rashad. It was good. And then I saw Chicago a bunch of times. I had to see one with Jasmine Guy.
Oh my God, I forgot Chicago. That's another one of my favorites.
I love Chicago. Get the gun, get the gun.
Yeah.
I love Jasmine Guy was good. I saw with BB Newer, she was good. I mean, I saw a bunch of productions of that too. It's like kind of funny. So I love those.
I've seen Chicago on Broadway. I've seen it twice here. I actually saw when Brandy played Roxy.
Oh wow, okay.
And when Black Michelle Williams played Roxy.
She was doing it. Were they good? Were they decent? Were they good?
Yeah, they were both good. What was I gonna say? Oh, with Wicked, I'm such a crybaby. So I always cry during Defying Gravity. I always cry during Defying Gravity, and then with Color Purple, I always cry during I'm Here.
Well, I get a little teary on that. That's a good one. That's a good
I'm
one.
always
crybaby too. You know, crybaby too. So.
Yeah, I'm always a mess. And actually, there's since we're talking about like productions and stuff.
Yeah.
Travis Wall did Shaping Sounds, and I went and saw it. And there was this storyline just about like this guy who had a gay lover, and like the gay lover was had got murdered and like all this kind of stuff. And I was literally in the theater bawling my eyes out, like Viola Davis snot cry,
cry,
like snot was coming out, and like I was trying to contain everything because I knew because it was about to be intermission. When the lights came on, I was about to be a mess. So like I hightailed it out there, but I was like bawling, like crying.
The last time I really cried at a thing was Angels in America. I saw that on Broadway. And that made me cry. It's a very interesting play, folks, about a time period that I lived through. So I do it. It's like it spoke to me. It was like I love stuff like that. It's like it's a piece of you. It just speaks to you. And it was like that was just such an amazing thing. Raising His Son makes me cry sometimes too a little bit. It's another one that just like I grew up reading it, and then I saw it live a couple of times, a couple of productions. I didn't see it on Broadway. I saw a couple of productions of it.
Yeah.
And just kind of, there's just parts that, if you really, that's the good thing about theater. If someone can make you feel those emotions, then they did their job.
For sure. I sometimes I know it may seem like I'm a stone-hearted bitch, but
you are.
I'm actually a huge softie. I cried the movie That Thing About Harry. I watched that. I watched that recently, but I think it's only because it related to my own life.
See, that's what it is. So you see me cry. I cry on TV. I don't care. I cry. Yeah. I tell people I love you. I start crying. I mean, I've gotten softer as I've gotten older, and I let it go. I don't care. Yeah. Let it go. Why? People like seeing you human, so that's kind of human. That's why I
agree.
And when you go to a theater, there's nothing like live theater. First of all, there's nothing like it. You have to immerse yourself. It's an immersive experience. You should go there, leave the outside, turn that cell phone off, and enjoy and get into the performance. Because these people are working their asses off to give you something good.
They are.
So I'm there to be taken away from the world and taken into the story, whether it's a musical, a play, whatever. I want to see something that's going to keep me busy for 2 hours, whatever. And that's why I do. And that's why I love going. And the last thing we both saw, not together, was Donna Summer the musical.
Oh, yes.
And it was fun. It was a fun time. They encouraged you to dance. And I was telling him, I went with a lot of people that were my age. And so my old classmates that I graduated high school with 100 years ago, we were all there.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I went, my brother and I, and and it tells a story about Donna you may not know about. There's some things about Donna some you didn't know about.
Oh yeah, I learned a lot during that, and I like for weeks I kept listening to her music.
Yeah, and it's like there's the three Donna Summers playing her at different time periods. And she had an interesting life, but it was a good, fun musical. They told a little story, and I thought, I love that. I love that. I love
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. I'm actually really curious because they're more my time period, but then you grew up with them, and I'm sure your mother liked them. You grew up with them. I'm curious. It's a 3-part, but all related question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite Prince song?
I feel like there was a song that I used to listen to all the time of Prince, and I can't remember what it was.
Because for you, Prince, by the time you came of age, Prince was already been a star already. But he was kind of going through his weirdness, his slave stuff, and he was kind of going through a lot of weird stuff back in the 90s. So I just always curious for younger generations, when you think of Prince, what song comes to mind? Maybe that's a better question. Like, what song comes to mind?
Kiss comes to mind.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
With Wendy. Wendy.
Yeah.
In the video, with Wendy.
Oh, in 1999.
That makes sense. That was a big song.
Yeah, and then every now and then I catch myself singing "Little Red Corvette." Yeah, so it's those.
Okay, he was big hits.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's one that's probably brought better because he was just much bigger in a sense. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Ooh,
and did you like Michael?
I did.
I can see you like a Michael. I can see you like a Michael. His dancing, especially, and everything.
Yeah. Well, one, I used to have a Jackson 5 like greatest hits that I used to.
What song like on that? What songs you always went to on that one?
There was a song called "Mama's Pearls" that I used to like.
Oh, yeah. Well, number one hit.
Yeah, and then
looking through the windows, Sky Rider.
Got to Be There.
Got to be there. Got to be there. Be there.
That one. And then every now and then I catch myself singing Ben.
And the two of us can look no more.
Yeah. But I used to
have found what we were looking for. That song is you understand. It's a movie about a rat. It is the lost kid. It's the weirdest. I love that song.
I used to you remember they did the movie about Jackson 5, like American Dream, and they used to play it all the time.
Great movie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what was the song that he used to sing in the talent show?
Oh, oh my God. I can't remember because I'm blanking out. It's a 60s song.
Me too. I can't remember.
Was it James Brown? No, it wasn't James Brown. I can't remember. I'm old. I can't remember at the moment. It was a 60s song he used to sing. That's what supposedly got him, you know.
Yeah. So yeah. And then like solo Michael.
Don't stop till you get enough.
I do. Yes, I do like. I do like "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." "Rock with You" is my favorite.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Also, because I wanted the outfit. I wanted that diamond crusted like jumpsuit outfit with the boots so bad. And
I can see you wearing it. That's so funny.
And it was also one of the times someone told me I could sing. I was like singing that song in the car. And they were like, "Oh, you can sing." And I was like, Me? So yeah.
Little me. Funny.
Yeah.
Now the last one, because I just have no idea what she played in your life at all. Your favorite Madonna song?
It used to be "Tell Me," the cowboy one.
Tell me,
yeah.
Love
is true. It's just something that. And then I will say, "Who's That Girl" is like my favorite Madonna movie.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Who's that girl? Es la niña.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that would be my other Madonna song.
I would have never guessed that in a million years. That's so funny.
Back in the day, I used to watch that all the time. Wow. I think we had it on VHS.
VHS, probably.
Yeah.
Do you? Because you're a generation right after that. Even though the three were still producing albums, putting stuff out, and having hits, but they're more my generation. So, and your mother's generation. Did you know their importance? The three of them. Did you get their importance to music and culture? Did you get that?
Not when I was growing up. I didn't realize how iconic they were until I got older. So at the time, growing up, they were just people that that you just knew, but I wasn't aware of how iconic they were until I got older. It's kind of like with Whitney. I saw Whitney live in concert, and I just thought, this is the actress from The Bodyguard, but it's a big thing. You know what I mean?
Saw Whitney live. I never saw Whitney live.
I'll never forget. She wore this black velvet dress, turtleneck dress, and at some point, it got really hot. And she started singing, "Do you need some water? Anybody need any water? I wish I could give everybody water." And I was like, well, girl, if you weren't wearing that turtleneck dress, velvet turtleneck dress, you wouldn't be so hot.
It was so hot. That's so, actually, it's hilarious.
Yeah. I also saw Tina Turner in concert.
What?
Oh, yeah.
That's my girl. That's the one concert I've never seen. I'm so pissed.
Oh, when I became a huge fan of hers right after watching What's Love Got to Do with It. I actually read her I, Tina book when I was young.
Yeah, I have it.
And I started listening to a lot of Ike and Tina stuff.
Just good, with some good stuff.
It's really good. Like Fool
in Love,
Honky Tonk Woman, Proud Mary, Mosquitoes Tweeter.
Yes.
I used to like. I also like Acid Queen that she did.
Of course, and Tommy.
Tommy.
That's
Yeah.
my time period. Yes, I know all that.
And then of course, like What's Love Got to Do with It and Private Dancer.
Dancer for money.
Yes.
We don't need another hero.
Oh yes.
All the yeah, I love Tina.
But this was her last tour.
Oh, you saw when she was like in her 60s, she was like, "I'm done, bitches. I'm done."
Yeah, and my parents took me because I was like, I want to go see Tina. And so actually, I still have the program. I can actually go get it. So funny. Yeah.
I didn't see her. I'm so sad I didn't see her. For some reason I didn't see her.
Yeah.
I've seen Michael Jackson, Prince, and Madonna. I've seen them, but I have not seen. I saw Michael with the Victory Tour. I saw him with the Jacksons. I never saw him solo.
Have you seen that video? I think this is from the Victory Tour. It's that clip of Marlon, and he's just like body rolling, and he keeps just body rolling, and everyone's looking at him like, what are you doing? And like Michael tries to jump in, but like he realizes he can't, and everyone's just kind of like,
I didn't say it.
I have to send it to you.
Now I want to see it. Now I want to see it. It was a good one. I've seen Prince like 10 times. I've seen Madonna like 10 times. So I've seen it. I was just curious. Did you like the Spice Girls? You went into.
I mean, I didn't have their CD.
Time period, but you didn't get
it. If the song came on, I knew it, but like,
they're so huge. I'm just always curious. People like
yeah. I'm familiar with the songs.
I know you liked Dandy Kane just like I did.
You know why? Because I watched them form. Yeah. I was a huge fan of Making the Band because I watched every Making the Band. I was a huge fan of O-Town.
Me too.
I was a huge fan of Danny Kane. Yeah. And it was, I will say, getting to interview Don Richard was like, because number one, I worked really hard on that interview.
Yeah, it was a moment for you.
Yeah, and just to like find out what her experiences were like in the group, and finding out what happened when they got fired and what her thoughts were, and then finding out, she didn't say it during the interview, but she said it off camera that they were getting back together. I was very happy about that. Yeah, me too. I feel like they found their groove the second album.
Oh, me too. Do you have a birthday kit handy? Yeah.
And then things just went awry. So
went awry. Yeah, I love them. They were good.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a weird one for number 5.
Okay.
We had a choice, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Lose an arm or lose a leg.
Arm and the left one.
Because you're right-handed. Smart.
Yeah.
You can walk. Yeah, I think I pick arm too, probably. I can work that out somehow.
Because listen, let me tell you, this walk is fierce. So I wouldn't want to lose that.
Especially that backwards one. Pam! Watch his video where he walks backwards on a runway. You know, this is my favorite thing. I watched it 1,000 times. I still just like, what the F? Okay, number 6. Do you know the way to San Jose?
Do I know the way to San Jose?
LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car.
I do not, but I can tell you how to get to Sesame Street.
Hey, there you go. That works. You know that Sesame Street and I are the same age. It started the year I was born.
I'm sure.
Next question. Okay. The heat or the cold? You've lived in both. So heat or
cold.
Cold.
Oh, I love the cold.
Go cold.
Yeah. Oh, I love the cold. I love winter. Well, I'm also a winter baby.
That's true.
I was born in January. So, yeah, give me the cold. I will bundle up and look real good.
That's interesting. You bring up an interesting point, though. You're a winter baby. I wonder if when you're born and I guess where you're born too, but when you're born, what that? Because I'm a late spring baby. I'm May, almost into summer. I like heat. I'd rather do heat.
Because I grew up in the South, so that heat was hot.
Do you not miss the humidity?
No, not at all. I do not. And I also, even when it comes to how I dress, I like layers. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
So I like layers. So I like cold.
Wait, does your hat actually match your jacket, your sweater?
I mean, it's close.
It's very close. It's very close. Like almost like same. It's like, go on, girl. Now, here's the last question of this, number 8. Okay. What does being a Black man mean to you today?
A struggle is real.
Ding, 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 ding. All the bells. Ding, yes.
Yeah, I feel like being a Black man, you have to be stronger. You have to work harder. You have to do everything more than someone else. And I've always said that if I weren't Black, I think that more opportunities and more things would happen career-wise and more people would take notice. It's a sad realization, especially because I realized it so late in life. I was in my late 20s, early 30s before I started realizing how hard it is to be a Black male. Growing up, I remember I wanted to get braids in my hair because I saw the guy on Parenthood and I was like, he got braids, I want braids. And my dad, for a little bit, struggled with that because he was like, I don't want you to be looked at in a certain way because you have braids. He basically was just like, I don't want you to be looked at as like a hoodlum or like, someone that is going to cause trouble. But he was like, because you're a good student and you're good in school, because this is like when I was in middle school, he was like, I'm going to allow this to happen. So my mom braided my hair because I wasn't, he didn't want me to fall into a stereotype of what that all represents. So I think that, it's sad that I feel like as a Black male, I'm often overlooked in many aspects, in career, in love, and in work, because of my skin tone. And that's something that I can't change. Everything else about me, is overlooked because of that, And it's,
go ahead.
And it's funny because I actually recently, I as I said a little while ago, if I weren't Black, I feel like more opportunities would open. And I was at an event and I saw the non-Black version of me.
Oh, how funny.
And not look-wise, but as in like this person and I basically kind of do the same thing. And realized the opportunities that he has gotten. And I'm like, I do that too, if not more. And people didn't deem me as worthy of these things as so it was that feeling. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it's a struggle, and it's I feel like it's a fight every day.
I feel like and my brother and I talked this. We're in my family. Someone's very light in my family, very dark, and you know, and my brother Max, may rest in peace, nice, because he was very dark. We used to talk about my brother JR, who's very light. We talked about how even that degrees of our blackness. He was like, James, even though you're not dark, but you are medium brown, I know that you've had more discrimination than I have. Because my brother, a lot of times they're like, are you Filipino? Are you this? Are you that? They don't even know what he is half the time. You know he's not white. They know that part, but they just know they know what he is. So he's treated a certain way. Where I've had a lot of discrimination. I mean, I come up from that time period. I mean, I come from the time period where discrimination. But you are even darker. And I love the episode of Blackish. I don't know if you saw it, when Diane talks about that, because she's the darkest one in the family. And that whole scene is just like, explained everything, explained all of that. So for you, I mean, do you even feel also that the whole dark thing, I mean, this how you have to overcome, it's another hurdle to overcome.
Yeah. And especially because my personality is very strong, you know, and I'm a very like, you know, if it's this, then it's this. And I feel like, you know, because of that, and because, you know, I'm dark skinned, I'm then categorized and treated a certain way, you know, whereas someone who may be lighter skinned or not black has the same personality traits, they're not treated like that. Like I'm almost, sometimes I feel like I'm then like a threat, you know, to people, or I come across as difficult to work with. And it's not that. It's like, you know, I work very hard. I work extremely hard. And, you know, a lot of times I don't get the credit for that. Whereas if someone was doing even half of what I'm doing, they would, you know, they would be praised to the high heavens. So.
And what kills me is, because we're back to Hollywood, we're in this thing of image. And it's really funny because when they do take chances on you or someone like me or someone in the brown realm and it goes well, they're like shocked.
Yeah.
Like, but why are you shocked? For most people, just give us a chance, put us in front of that audience, let us do what we do, and then you'll see, oh, they do like it. They do like him. They're not looking at his color. They like him. They're responding to his, because you've hosted things live, like just his jokes or his this. Like he's relating to them in other ways, and so his colors shouldn't matter. So I'm sure you've gone through that too.
Yeah, and I've hosted so many different events with so many different types of people, and you know, one of the things that I'm so thankful of is that like I'm a great person at reading the room.
You are. I've seen it.
So it helps, and you know, in those moments, I feel like, when I host live events, I feel so connected to people because I can tell that they're just having a good time and none of this matters, you know.
Really
they're not, you know, no one ever told me, you're a great host for a black guy.
I've never heard that either.
Yeah. Or like, you know, you're funny for a black guy, you know. So, but I have heard you're attractive for a black guy.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know. I don't think of you as black, James. I've heard that also.
Oh yeah. I get that too. Oh, if you get me on the phone, trust me, I sound like, you know, the whitest person down the street.
Well, you know what's funny? My mother, I learned this recently. I did not know this. I'm almost 51 years old. Did not know this. My brother and I found this out from my mother. We're all named non-black sounding names on purpose, she said.
Oh, really?
She was like, she goes, you know, I'm named after my father, of course, and that was a conscious decision. I mean, I wasn't the first, but she said, oh, my sister Lauren, my sister Victoria, my sister Alice. I mean, they're all like names that don't sound like any ethnicity. And my brother was born John Robin, and it was like, he's John Richard now. But she goes, we knew already, because I was born in the 60s, so we were born at a certain time, early 60s. She goes, you were born during the civil rights movement, where there was this shift to name African names, Afrocentric names. She's like, no. Because I grew up Bonita, which people are like, what the F is that? They don't even know that because, you know, she's, you know, Caribbean and everything, but they didn't know what that was. She goes, I wanted to give you at least one thing that they couldn't judge you on. Because you already know because I was told growing up, you're a black, you got to work twice as hard to get half as much. That's what I was taught.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the time I was taught. Yeah. But the name thing was I didn't realize, because all our names are very white sounding. But that was on purpose. That was completely on purpose. She was like, no, I don't want any ethnic names for you. We didn't name you after anybody in the family back in the day. It was on purpose so that we had at least one thing. So when you see James Harrison Lott Jr. on a piece of paper, I don't know what that is.
You don't know who that, yeah. You don't know who's going to walk through that door.
You don't know who that is either. You don't know who that is.
Yeah.
If you're Tony Washington and I was James Jefferson, then you would know what's going on.
Suspect. Very suspect.
So I think I learned that recently. And it's just interesting what our parents, what they had to go through before we had to go through it, the choices they made for us. I mean, I have a cousin who was like, I can't marry anybody dark. I'm already dark. I don't want dark babies. I had a real color issue about that. And at first I judged. Of course I judged. I'm like, oh, you're crazy. But then I get what they were saying in a weird way. I'm getting it. They went through a hard time. So they're afraid to have kids go through a hard time. Mm-hmm. What you have to do is you have to break the cycle and show that it's beautiful. And I have another cousin who did marry a dark and beautiful children. But I saw where he was coming from, kind of. I kind of see. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough out there. Being a black man, being a brown man, being a non-white man in America is just straight up tough. There's no. I mean, it's no joke.
It's very hard, and you don't. I was later in life. I realized how hard it was because I traveled around, when I was young. So like living in Germany, like, I never experienced racism, I luckily never had anyone call me the N-word or anything like that. Okay. But it wasn't until I got to South Carolina, when I started growing up. And again, kind of late in life when I started like wanting to date, that's when I realized that was an issue. But I thought it was just dating in the South. And then as I got older and pursuing a career in entertainment, then it was like, oh, it's an issue still because there's not a lot of opportunities and stuff. And even though I'm working hard, like even now, like, and I've talked to you about this, a lot of the posts and stuff that I do, all the shows that I do and everything like that. And people don't like, share, comment, as much as I would like them to and support that. But let someone else do it who, has the thirst traps and who's not black and, all this kind of stuff. And people are all over it. So I'm also learning that people find value in certain people.
So. We have to come together. I mean, the thing is, me, I'm always trying to help everybody out. So for me, I help other black folks out. I've been very unapologetic about that. If you want to come on my show and you're black, automatically you come to the front of the line. I have no shame about that. I don't, because as we know, they're not checking for us a lot of times unless you're a B-list black actor. There's only very
or have all the followers in the world and all that, or they're attracted to you in some way, whatever.
So we have to kind of help each other. We kind of have to. I've gone to Tony's happy hours. I've shown you stuff. So I mean, I've done that. I just think it's just one of those kind of things you kind of have to almost take it upon yourselves because other races support each other very much so. Mm-hmm. I think black folks need to kind of start doing that more. We need to kind of do it. Just like don't buy into the traps. Yeah, sit out there and and say yes to black projects. We make sure it's a good one for you. Of course, don't say yes to anything, but work if somebody's really good, work with them. Something good come out of it. Don't look at them and go, well, you only have 300 followers. And somebody has to start somewhere.
Yeah, everyone has to start somewhere.
Start somewhere. I mean, is why you don't have more than that. I mean, all kind of stuff can be happening.
And also, not all of your followers translate, over to your stuff. Like, for Edition Days, we never bought our followers or anything like that. But we're up to 13,000 people on our Instagram. And still only a couple of hundred still watch our show. Right. Still only a couple of hundred like see our stuff. So it's just kind of like, where are those people?
Why aren't they watching? Why aren't they tuning in?
Yeah.
You guys may average around 2,000 an episode by the time it's said and done. But where are those other 11,000?
Click and follow and then forgetting.
Yep. That's what it is. So I think interesting. All right, now it's your turn. That's
my turn.
Question. I have no idea what the question is. I have no idea. So, I'll answer. I'm honest. I'll answer.
Okay. What would the title of your memoir be, and who would you want to write the foreword?
Wow, those are two great questions.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'll go with the foreword.
Uh-huh.
That's a great question. Who wants to write the foreword? Somebody who knows me. I mean, you could write it. Actually, you could write it. You could write it.
Mine would be very short. He did too much, and this book is proof.
The book is
Tony
proof.
Moore.
That's pretty funny. That'd be crazy. It could my friend Brandon Larkins could write it. Others could write it. Maybe, actually, in all seriousness, my brother, JR, he really knows he's seen me from the very beginning, obviously from the beginning,
Yeah.
but he's seen everything. And and even through this journey the last 13 years in the business, he's seen me just kind of go through. I mean, he's a good writer.
Yeah.
I think he would be really good. If I got they said we want you to have a star, right? Like say a certain star. I would have either Michelle Stafford.
Love her.
Because she knows me. She knows me. Somebody, her, or Carolyn Hennessy or Patricia Darbo. They kind of know me at this point. Or Sean Kanan. Sean Kanan knows me. These are people who I'm actually friends with them. I talk to them all the time. Like Sean just checked on me the other day, see how I was doing, and we're talking. If I had to get a celebrity kind of person to write it, I would get them to write it.
Yeah.
The title of my book would probably be, I already think the word Lott's going to be in it. My name's going to be in the title, clearly.
Yeah.
I was thinking either A Lot to Prove or A Lot of Stuff.
Yeah.
A Junior story. A lot of something. That's a really great question. I don't know. It'd be a lot of, because I have my whole entire life, I have done a lot.
I think, or it could just be that. A Lot by James Lott Jr.
Lott Jr. There you go. That's a good one too. A lot. Because I look back at my life, my 51 years, and I have been through a lot and I've done a lot. I've always been open to new. My mother said I was a curious child. I was always very fearless. I just kind of, I've always wanted to be happy. That's always the thing. And for me, happiness equated doing things I wanted to do. So it's always about going out and trying something. I want to play baseball. I went to Hawaii. I played baseball. I went to Hawaii. I want to do this. I tried this. I wanted to be a spelling bee champion. I was a spelling bee champion. Like I always went out and did stuff because I wanted to be happy. I wanted to kind of, my relationships, my family, my kids, my grandkids, my jobs, doing this whole thing. I mean, I just kind of, and I've always had 3 or 4 jobs at the same time. I've always been this way. This is not, put on. This is James Lott Jr. just always.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what it'd be. And everybody says that you do a lot, James. I mean, that's just what I do.
I said it.
I know. I said it too.
I said it. I said that, and then you quit dishing days. I said you do a lot. I didn't tell you to quit dishing days. Is that record
coming back on again? Is that on the charts again? That record?
I mean, how many
charts?
I mean, how many times you want to play it? It's platinum by now.
It's all triple platinum at this point.
Yes.
There you go. But no, I think I don't know. I think from an example of anything, I live life. That's the thing I do. I live life, and that's kind of the example I try to set for people. It's like you gotta go out there and do it. I tell you that all the time. Just do it. I'm like, do it. People laugh. There was one person I talked to. They was like, James, stop telling. I said, do it. Just do it. I do. And then you guys do it, you feel good. Like you did this whole Tell Me More. You started doing it. You were talking about it for a long time. Also, the More Please, you talked about that for a long time. And now you're enjoying it. Like, just do it. You know? And you gave me ideas. And my late night show on IG, now I'm doing it. I'm enjoying myself. I did 11 episodes already. That's so crazy. And people are like enjoying it. They're looking forward to it. I'm like, oh, okay. But Tony gave me the idea. And I was like, I want to do some on IG late at night. He's like, talk a lot. I'm like, okay, done.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to do it.
You have to do it.
Because not everything is going to be as perfect as we want it to be.
Yeah.
And it can only get there if we do it. So just do it.
And we'll end it on that note. Thank you, Tony Moore, for doing
Thank you, James Lott Jr. I appreciate you.
I can talk to you all day long. So,
I know. And we have talked all day long.
Yeah, we'll probably talk later. But tell the fine folks out there where they can find you on social media.
Well, you can find Lil O Me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
So Extra Connections is on hiatus at the moment because the studio's on hiatus and because of the whole coronavirus stuff. But I will be doing some featurettes coming up the next couple of weeks just because we don't know how long it's going to last. But Extra Connections you can follow on The After Party, THA afterparty.com, or my page, Extra Connections Show, on Facebook. These shows are everywhere. You can find streaming services. They're on there from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to iHeartRadio. And then these featurettes will be on my YouTube channel, JLJ Media. Go ahead and follow that. Subscribe, hit the button. If you have Tony fans out there, pass it along to everybody and say, you got to watch this. So they talk.
Yes.
Pass it on to everybody you can. And where can you find me? We're all James Lott Jr.'s are sold. That James Lott Jr. and all social platforms. Everybody laughs when I say that. That's my signature line. I do that. And everybody, please stay safe and stay sane during this time period. We will get through it. We're going to get through it, and we're going to get through it together.
And stay in your own house.
Wash your hands.